Welcome to fourth grade math. This is lesson 165, and we will be looking at pages 297 and 298. All right, and as you can see, okay, I paused it and I remembered to put my number back up. So, but we are looking at this general review page, and so with some of this general review, we're going to go over a couple different things. And one of those things is a little bit more on Roman numerals. So I'm going to use my chart here and so that you can see it, okay? So first of all, we know our Roman numerals start with I for 1, right? And then V is 5, X is 10, L is 50. C is 100, D is 500, and M is 1,000. But some of the things that may get confusing is when we create a larger number using these, okay? So we've got our 1 through 9 here, right? Now, in order to make, they do 1 through 9 by 1s here, but then they give you here in this second column, they give you 10 to 90 using 10s. But how do you get 54? How do you get 78, all right? Or 99? How do you write that? Sometimes that can be a little confusing. And so Roman numerals are probably the most unusual numbers that you're going to encounter. I don't know if you're going to learn any other languages in your life and have numbers that are different than these that are going to be harder or easier, but these are probably the most unusual because in making a larger number, you just basically combine one of these with this, but we put it after it, okay? So let's do an example, okay? So if you want 99, we'll do that one first. This is what we're gonna do. Okay, so what's the 90? Somebody tell me what 90 is? XC, very good. All right, so up on the board, I'm gonna write XC, okay? We got our XC, we got 90. Now we need 9, all right? Doesn't sound like it's too hard, but sometimes it can be, and that's okay. All right, so where's 9? What is 9? Wrong side. IX. So all we do to make 99 is to write XC, which is 10 before 100, which is 90, and IX, which is 1 before 10, which is 9, so 99. That's all we have to do, okay? So that's 99. I'll put 99 next to it. All right, so let's do 54. I said 54, so let's do 54. So what's 50? L, right? And what's 4? IV. So 54 is LIV, okay? I said 78, we'll do that one, okay? We'll do this one and then we'll do a couple of geometry things. So 70, we need 70. All right, LXX, right? And then 8, VIII. So with this, it's not that we don't have special letters for every number, but we do have letters for several of the numbers. And so then all you have to do is combine your 8 with your 70. But you have to make sure that you put them in the right order, right? You have to have your 70 here. You still have your tens place or hundreds place or thousands place with this, but then you make sure that you have your ones. So you just put them in the order that they're gonna come. So you have your 90 and 9. So in this, you would not put ix, ix. You wouldn't have 9, 9, because we still have the place value. We need 90. And so that's one thing that I think gets a little confusing, because you're like, well, I know 1 through 10, so then I just keep adding ix, and have all my big numbers and do it that way. No, we've got to make sure we've got our 50s, we have 10, we have 100, 1,000, 500. So we've got those to use. So we just want to make sure that we utilize all of them. Now, if I were to make this number 9,999, here's how it would look. So we need 9. Actually, let's just make it 999. Well, we just need 900. So is there a 900? CM. Okay. So that would just make it that. I was forgetting. For making 9,000, we have to do this with a line over it, and we'd have to change that a little bit. So we'll just do it like this, do a 999. So CM XC IX would be 999. So that's how these are, that's how we do these. And so it's really, once you understand the method of it, it becomes easy, because then you just have to remember, okay, so with the place value, I have to know like which one I'm gonna do. Am I gonna be starting in the hundreds column? Am I gonna be starting in the tens column? Am I gonna be starting in the ones column? Am I gonna be starting in the thousands column? And then what's that gonna look like depending on the number and how we can do that. So if Roman numerals are difficult for you and you need the extra practice, maybe, and you want to look at this chart closer, you can, here's a good picture of the chart. So you can pause the video right there, and you can take a look and get familiar with all of these really well. So, all right, I'm gonna grab our geometry. All right. What is this? Point, ray, we're gonna go fast. Line segment, line, angle, parallel lines, intersecting lines, congruent angles, right angle, perpendicular lines, simple closed figure, polygon. All right. I need to mix those up, I think. They're in the same order every single time. You're probably thinking, I knew that. I knew which one it was. I have no idea if I'm actually mixing these up. Let's see. What's this one? Perpendicular lines, line segment, right angle, point, line, angle, intersecting lines, ray, polygon, congruent angles, parallel lines. Let's see, I think I missed one of them. I got it. Mixed with another. Oh, the simple closed figure, maybe. All right, so go ahead and pause the video and go take your speed drill. You have 3 minutes to take your speed drill, and then when you come back, we'll look at our paper. All right, I hope you did well on that speed drill. This is a general review, so there's a lot of stuff on here that we're gonna go over. that you're going to be doing for review. So what I want you to do for this is for finding perimeter and area of these polygons. So they give you either a rectangle or a square. And so I want you to make sure that you're using the formula. So what is the formula for the perimeter of a rectangle? What's our formula? Perimeter of a rectangle, it's P equals 2 times L plus 2 times W. Very good. What's about area of a rectangle? Length times width, L times W. A equals L times W. Okay? Perimeter of a square. So these are rectangle. I'm sure you guys are thinking that I wrote very messy, and I did. Okay, perimeter of a square is P equals 4 times side. Area of a square equals side times side. Okay, so those two are square. All right, so what you do is you write out your formula, right? That's the first thing you do. And then you plug in your numbers. So for length, the first one is 48. For width, same one is 24. So P equals 2 times 48 plus 2 times 24. Okay, then you multiply those together, and then you're going to add up the totals that you get, all right? And then that will be your perimeter. Area, you're going to multiply 48 times 24. Okay, so I've set up the first two for you. You guys can do the work. You can do the multiplication and figure those out. So that is what you're going to do with that. I'm going to have you do all of these. There's only 4 of them. Just make sure, do perimeter and area. We'll do all of those. Just, you got the final test coming up. You don't have another quiz. So you won't have another quiz for math, but you do have that final test. And so there's a lot of stuff on that final test. It's a longer test, just so you guys are aware, but I want you to be able to do well. So I want you to know these, you will need to know these formulas on the test, okay? For section 2, we're gonna have you do all that. That's just the temperatures. You guys have been doing pretty good on that. For section 3, just, yeah, do that because it's just one bar graph and it's only 2 of them. So just, it says to fill in the bar graph and label on the graph. So make those as straight as you can. Use a ruler if you need to. For the review, section 4, you may pick one. Make sure you do check and divide, and make sure you finish the problem. I had someone's turned in, and one of their problems wasn't finished. They had stopped on like the second number, and maybe they got stuck, so they moved on. Maybe you didn't go back to it. So just make sure that you finish those up. For section 5, you can pick one of the 2 story problems. Section 6, I'll let you pick one of the 2 there. Section 7, pick 2 of them, all right? Do one with a decimal, one with a fraction. Do that way, and then you're gonna be doing all of the homework. So, all right, so that is your review page, and do your best. And again, if you have questions, if something is, you're completely lost on it, I don't want you getting to the test and saying, I just didn't know how to do that. So really, let me know this week. Many of will be If I haven't talked to you yet, I will be talking to you at some point this week. So we want to make sure that if you, I should have talked to all of you by this point, because this is Friday on the video days that I'm making. So, but if for some reason I haven't talked to you yet, I will be talking with you before the end of this week. So when I'm on that call with you, that's the time where you say, hey, I don't understand this. Can you explain this again? Or can you explain it a different way? So that's what I want you guys to be thinking about, is things that you're really struggling with. It doesn't have to be math. It could be language. It could be something else that you're just saying, I just don't understand this. We really don't want you getting to that test and saying, well, I didn't know how to do it, and I didn't ask, and so I'm just going to get it wrong. That's not what I want. And I understand that we only have a week left, but there's still time for me to explain things so that you can understand. So, all right, I'll let you go. We'll see you in the next lesson.